we're going to review the Hungarian Grand Prix now with the team's Chief Strategist James Vowles. We're on lap 17. James, what can we see on the wall?
So much information. So what you have in here in the centre is this represents an entire race as you go around. So about nearly a quarter of the way through. And the colours are the same colours you see on the side of the tyres. So red for super soft, yellow for the soft tyre. And what this is showing, on lap 15 of the race, Ricciardo instigated that first chain reaction of pit stops. So as we went into the race, we thought it'd be a two-stop super soft, 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 and that's what we effectively executed during the race. Ricciardo, though, was the one that really brought everything in. He came in, set the fastest lap of the race that you can see here, and we had to react very quickly to get both of our drivers in to make sure we're not undercut. And with two drivers, that just means you have to make sure you manage their pace, build the gap, and put ourselves in a situation you box one lap later and the other one 2 laps later.
Something else that the wall shows is a little anomaly here in the first part of the race, the yellow. Now what's that representing, please, James?
This is what's great about this dashboard. You have the ability straight away to find what's different in the race, and you can very clearly see this line travelling around here, yellow, red, red. That was Kimi Raikkonen. Kimi Raikkonen starting in 14th place, still 14th place as he crossed over, finishing in 6th, but the reality was there was potential for a huge amount more, even putting him on the podium if everything went well for him. He started on the soft, did a very long stint on that initial soft tyre, and then did 2 stints on super soft, putting it up behind Verstappen. Verstappen did great defending, wasn't able to get through, but the reality was that strategy could have worked even better. If you look down there, safety car laps, 0. Last year, 5. Budapest, very, very tricky track, and the reality is it's a big surprise not to have any safety cars at all, and if it happened it would have brought the field up, Kimi on super soft right at the end of the race, and he would have had opportunities.
The wall shows us data for the top 10 with the tyre strategies, but it also predicts the podium. Now, interestingly enough here, Rosberg is predicted as the winner. What was happening here, James?
Yeah, it's really interesting. So at different points in the race, you'll see the pace of Lewis went up and down again. You know, very quick towards the end of that first stint as we went through here on that super soft. But here in the beginning part of that stint, and even throughout to this point here, he wasn't quite at the pace he was previously. And you can look at cars like Ricciardo, very, very fast at certain points in the race. This predictor goes through and has a look to see, does a car have a problem? It's not a human, it's a driven process. It looks at lap times and goes, right, that's very interesting. In terms of things, Nico now has a chance to win the race because Lewis may have a problem at this point. So the predictor went from a change, Lewis picked up the pace, which is what you see now. The predictor then reacted accordingly, and now we see a situation where Lewis is back in the lead of the race and back winning the race.
We finally got to the end of the Hungarian Grand Prix, and there are a lot of colours here, James. What do these signify?
We have 2 ways of really viewing this centre wheel. The first is tyre colours. You can see them up here, soft, medium, super soft, so the red, really bold red for the super soft. This is team colours, so it's a very quick way of being able to see which team is in which position. So the inner circle representing P1, you can see the Mercedes cars here with that Petronas green. You can see Red Bull here with the blue colours surrounding it, and then the red for Ferrari. So it allows you very, very quickly to pick up really where each team is on the plot. And then the other thing that's interesting is up there in the top left-hand corner, the fastest pit lane times.
Now I can see in the top 3 Rosberg and Hamilton, and Rosberg at the fastest end.
Absolutely. So this is fascinating. Ricciardo came in, lap 15 of the race, and we knew we had to respond, and the pit crew responded, and they did a great job. So the fastest pit lane times, what that encompasses is when you come off the track into the pit lane, you cross over a beacon on the ground, there's another one on the exit as well. So you're running down the pit lane, go over the first one, go over the second one, you measure the time, and that's what that number represents. But really getting into the depth of it, the guys now knew that they had to respond. We had Ricciardo that's really putting us under attack, and they did. Lewis's stop was great. It really was a very good stop, nice clean stop. But Nico's extraordinary, 1.73 seconds. It's what we call a green light time. So that's from the point the car stops to the point where the car's ready to go again. And that really, the variability between the two, they didn't try any harder, particularly they're doing their best. It's just sometimes things go just a little bit better.
If you've enjoyed our review of the Hungarian Grand Prix, you can use the Pure Pit Wall at all races throughout 2016 by going to the link in the description below.